I'd say it's a pretty good Palpatine.
You can work on it.
Are you one of the people that has now grown an added appreciation for the Star Wars prequels since how terrible the sequels were?
Sorry, it's just like Belveth, yeah. Anyway,
Empress buff.
you know, honestly, I grew up with those films, and they were my vibe when I was a kid. So.
Same. Do you remember how many, like, the amount of simultaneous battles there were at the end of Phantom Menace?
Oh, yeah.
It was dope.
Oh my god, that lightsaber fight?
Oh god.
Look,
Actually, probably like the best one.
Everyone's like, well, I like the original ones. I'm like, okay, sure, but let's be real. That fight between Ben
No one
Kenobi
likes the
and
original
Darth Vader,
lightsaber
they're like,
fights. They're not good. Yeah, no, seriously. It's
and
bad.
then that one.
Now I am the master.
The Darth Maul one?
However,
I didn't expect it right off myself, but it's just so good.
I wasn't expecting Sponge to level 2 gank and get a flash by just walking. But he did that. It's taken its toll.
Yeah.
As Sound are going to move down towards the bottom side. Level 3 gank here for the Belveth. Pletter and Doctor, let's see whether they can survive as Double H just dives forward, gets a little bit of a stun as that is a fantastic grand entrance to make sure that nothing can happen as Satab is going to have to flash out of the way of Call Me. If he hadn't landed that charm, he was dead. That was first blood.
If Call Me still had flash.
Yeah. That is why Sponge doing that good old drive-by or walk-by, wander-by, casual movement-buys. A whole bunch of buttons was pressed by Mihail, but he's still going to be dead. Frog is just going to casually take that last turret shot. I feel like a spaceship would really do the trick.
Oh, yeah. Probably get multiple people on board with that.
Yeah. Well, probably multiple people could be on board with the spaceship. But Sponge is getting slapped. Just wing slapped multiple times here by Sounder, but Frog's gonna flash on him! That is a Giga Chad move if ever I've seen one. Zigging and zagging, though, Sounder gets out of there. Mihail not gonna be so lucky. Avoids the charm, but doesn't avoid death.
Cassante as well with Frog. You gotta believe in yourself.
You really do. As Sounder has a cool quiver and no bow or arrows. Well, no, it doesn't have the arrow yet. Still, they're going to get to work on this Rift Herald, of course. Very good for the Belveth. You can lock this one down. They do manage to secure it. That's a massive 3-man knockout with the Pop Blossom. Flashes in, and that one hasn't been nerfed. If you're able to use the summon to spell that effectively, and Nongshim just roll over the top. 3 games, baby. Oh, Frog being a Frog. DRX trying to take themselves a second Drake of the game here. Sounder in position. Oh, he can swim over. He can just swim over.
Floop.
Swims in.
Flip.
There's the steal. And then swims out.
See ya.
Not going to be able to get the little thingy for the ultimate. Wow, he just quit.
The account's just... I mean, maybe he had other accounts.
I imagine he played a few games on the remake.
No, well, yeah, but on that account, there's no more it's just dead.
Yeah.
Tragic.
No, it is really sad. The Rageblade old Aatrox, oh baby, absolutely loved it. Pop Blossom only onto 1 as Doctarm is going to dive on in. Double H taking some damage here. The Rel does get a kill onto the Wukong, but they don't need the Wukong. He was basically not a champion anyway. The Crocodile though, that is a real champ right there. As Mihail going to get dashed on here by Satab. Just Spirit Rushes into a wallop. That's a decision that could be made. Not a great one as Pletter takes a fair bit of damage. And Sounder zigging, some zagging. There it is. Gets the knock-up onto Satab here who flashes. Orbit Deception, but Sounder is going to be all right. Really wants to get this Rift Herald. I don't think he's going to be able to. Somewhat scary.
Has been spotted.
Oh, Mihail. Can you stop this from happening? He's on a control ward. Sponge will be able to secure this because he has Smite. It was a little bit dicey there for the moment. As he does, Warrior Tricks to try and get himself to safety. Everfrost to save the Wukong Nimbus Strike to the Sentinel. But Satab going to get smashed into the wall. There is a Cyclone. Satab should be able to get out of here, but is Sponge going to be so lucky? No, he is definitely not. Top of the control ward. Mihail knows what's going on, but I don't know how many options he has here.
That's not your side of the map.
It is not. However, this is Mihail wanting to live life the way he wants to. And also, Nongshim were immediately able to make the decision.
Just keep running.
To get themselves out of the way. As Sponge should be able to get over. Yeah, he does. Just says goodbye.
You got a flash.
But nah for Inner Turret. It seems like a pseudo-English name anyway. And yet they just don't really...
Geodude is a
yeah,
good name.
I'm also talking about, like, Or Fly Like an Eagle, the Space Jam song. God, it feels so good. Anyway, Nongshim. Frog looking for a bit of an engage here. That Culver Meek did so much work as Frog is just destroying them. Satab Gets Colmy out of position. The Blade Call is fantastic, but it's not going to do anything. The knockups, Pleta just taking the game into his own hands. It's a triple kill for the Croc, and now Mihail, he's trying to he's trying to do things. He wallops, but he then goes down. And that is the ace that Sponge picks up on his heavily nerfed champion.
One of the best. And now they're going to have double Infernal Dragon. Oh, wow, that's just a minion.
Yeah, Colmy's still going to be able to grab 2, though. There's the snare, does manage to go down here as they dive forward. A massive Gnar into the wall as DRX. They've already lost their AD carry, but they didn't need him in the last fight. Can they still manage to get some work done as Satab's going to chase after the Gnar? Kind of a glorified orange buff this game as well, as Double H is getting torn up by the Crocodile. Frog doesn't seem to mind too much as Satab will eventually go down. Sponge now. The Warrior Trickster utilized. Pleta still limping away from the fight. This Crocodile, terrifying. They dive on top of the Bel'Veth. The engage is decent as he doesn't have a dice. The zigs, the zags, too much option as now Double H comes in. That is a very low health stopwatch, and that means that he is definitely not surviving. And DRX, they win a beautiful team fight, and then they lose one.
Dragon dying.
Pleta walk.
Baron dying?
Baron. Void. Okay, Minion, Sounder. Okay, Doctom's getting engaged on. There's the Magnet Storm. He is able to Killer Instinct his way out. Vital's going to flash on top of him, but he flashes away. And now it's a 3-man Gnar into the wall. Mihail, he was inting before and then takes control of the fight, but Frog dives on top of everyone and just culls them. They are so meek in this battle as Sounder, oh, he couldn't hear that one. And Doctom, he just limps his way back in and says it's gonna be fine. Colmy trying to get some bloomin' bursts in here, but it's just not going to work out. As Sponge, he'll come back. No one can take this Baron, and Doctom was just basically a dead man walking. Frog, Sponge. Oh God, it's diverted as now Colmy. He's gonna have his twin taken down, and now Sponge, he just needs another Nimbus Strike. Just one more, there it is. And he stopped the Baron. Colmy for POG if Nongshim wins.
Well, did the job. I think the lesson we can take from this is that we finally see the late game powerhouse that is the Renekton on full display. Obviously, Mihail actually gets a pretty good ult in, but then Renekton is just standing on top of everyone and melting them. And is kind of immortal. Yeah. No, there's a thing. So they actually buffed Renekton over a course of a series of patches. His ult damage.
Yeah.
His ult damage at level 16 is pretty nuts. It also now has an AD ratio and everything. It actually does quite a lot. So in those fights where you can just stand on top of everyone, it's almost like a Sunfire Cake.
I was gonna say, what if he also built a Sunfire Cake?
That's a lot of burning.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe that could be the answer, is Mega Gnar. Coming in for Mihail. And DRX, because they've triggered that, it might be that they could bide their time and just wait for an opportunity. Orbit Deception flies in, and Nongshim haven't started the Baron. That is going to be the engaged Sponge. He goes golden as well. As now Froggy's Dominus, he's going to get gnawed away, but that is not going to deter him. He's just going to battle Mihail. A massive knockup from the Rakan as well as Doctom. He finds the engage. He finds damage in a team fight as well. Voidseek is going to hit the mark. And that was the team fight he was looking for. DRX just looking great. It's like, honestly, it's a pendulum. It's like sometimes you ride it the good bit, and sometimes it's terrible, but this was amazing into that. DRX going to be pushing towards this inhibitor belt. Be able to take it out. As quickness has been popped. Everfrost is good onto Colmy, who doesn't pop Blossom because he's dead. That is the perfect counter to pop Blossom. Murder the
greatest CC.
Yeah. And now he's CC'd for far longer. Even in any other MOBA game, you can't CC for 45 seconds, but that is Colmy's fate, unfortunately. As Sponge getting Boomerang. Mihail gets to the Mega Gnar. Voidseeker's doing a lot of work, though. Doctom doesn't even have his Rabadons yet, as Mihail's going to ult them away. But Frog, he is very angry. He has his Dominus popped. He is 6-2-6.
So, if I'm being honest...
Oh, it's another fourth item more of Malmortius. Why does this keep happening, Ox? What is going on here? Satab has no mana and no way of living. He's dead.
But, like, look at Frog's build.
Well, are they just asked politely to go back to the fountain and come out again?
Do you believe in the theory of it's the same caster minion.
Yeah.
It's like the same group.
Yeah.
But then they're murdered countless times, even more. The same group is murdered even more times.
I don't know whether that makes it better. That is true. Oh my goodness, Frog takes most of his health bar just the whole time. But then he gets delivered into the middle of the fight. He has that GA, remember. Satab going to be taken out. Double H the same thing, but it's a double kill. Make it a triple for this Xayah. Frog, he's going to respawn, but he's just respawning to be taken down again. And Sponge, the last man alive. And honestly, that was all Vital. He will kill them.
He will deal rather a lot of damages.
Yes, and then they will try to CC him and he will say, no thanks.
Oh, look, the Void, Fishy, Remora.
Yeah, the Void Remo raids, doing some work. And Sounder himself also able to slap this turret down. They will be able to take the inhibitor turret on the bottom side. And DRX, they are going to lose the game if they don't go for something here. As Warrior Tricks to use by Sponge. Frog trying to stand in that front line, but if he is too close, then he will just get torn apart. Double H going to be taken down. They dive into the backline. Quickness does a decent amount of work, but the Pop Blossom is too big. And then the feathers will fly. That's the quadra kill for Vital. And Sponge going to be the next one to be taken down. There's the penta kill, and Nongshim, they will take game number 2. The 9-game dream remains alive here today.
And so many kills in that game. 49 in 41 minutes. Absolute bloodbath, but never giving up. And we saw all those fights where DRX had momentum, but Vital eventually comes in strong with a pentakill at the end as well.
Vital, right?
Yeah, 100%. Really strong performance, and you know, good moments across the board, I think, to find the comeback, but I think this Xayah just became too much of a problem. And you can see the Nequal really significant in this fight as well. But like, Frog isn't able to get in. The engage attempt with the Everfrost comes in for Vital, and then beautiful ult from Vital to dodge away from the knockup from both the Wukong and the Rakan, and then boom.
Oh my god, the amount of damage. And yeah, he had to, you know, slowly move up, lumber towards the enemies.
You know what? Mihail got an extra Ore Twin on the Wukong. I was like, I know this won't kill. That was close though. You know, wanted to pump the numbers a bit more in terms of damage, but yeah.
For a lot of this game, it was actually Mihail in the lead, and then the last 2 team fights, it was over 20k damage done by the Xayah.
Yeah, that fight around Dragon was like 12k damage from the Xayah alone, which is kind of absurd. LDR, it's an item.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of jacked, especially when like everyone had quite a bit of health on the side of DRX. So, lesson here: don't leave LDR to last item.
This is the first pentakill in Challenger. Actually, crazy.
Oh,
that it happens here.
Is it first or Vital?
Maybe it's Vital's first.
103 damage per minute. That is a lot.
That is, yeah.
That is a big number.
Although he did 12,000 in one team fight. In the second last team fight.
True. How much damage per minute was he getting in that single fight? Probably like 12,000.
It'd be like 20,000, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
Because the fight went for about 30 seconds.
It's like 24,000.
So 24,000 approximately.
That's a lot.
That's a decent number. That is definitely a decent number.
Snapshot that 1 minute.